Oh yeah, we are on YouTube. Let's get started, guys. The question number one, Mateus. What are your main concerns about cybersecurity?
I think that my main concerns it's related when it's about money. Like if I was targeted and lost uh, access to my bank accounts, this frightens me. Uh, yeah, I think that uh, I try to take some measures to avoid it. So I try to have strong passwords, and today it's a good practice to activate two-factor authentication on every service
Mm-hmm.
that offers it. Um, and this is a nice subject because we
Yeah,
we
it
see
is.
a lot of attacks and scams
Every day.
all over the place every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. My bank is my second concern. My first is my mother. My mom, wow, my mom
Oh,
is a
yeah.
dangerous person on the internet. Click here, you got a gift. Wow, she clicked on the time, real time. It's a big problem. My
Yes.
mommy on the internet is a big problem. Thank you, Mateus. João, what about you? What are your main concerns about cybersecurity?
My main concerns, concern is my interests or what I do with cybersecurity. Um, my main concerns about cybersecurity, uh, I was hacked sometimes. I think I was hacked two times.
Mm-hmm.
I am always thinking about cybersecurity, how to avoid being attacked again. And during pandemics, I evolved some practice to my passwords, to my emails, two-factor authentication
Mm-hmm.
also.
Good point. Okay, thank you, João. Murilo, what about you? What are your main concerns about cybersecurity?
Okay. There are many concepts, but the main is protect the information, keep security on the site, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Create code isolation or create code, no, create one work isolate for cryptography the informations when send or
The transmission of
carry
dates, the
or
data
carry
transmission.
in the between sites between
Mm-hmm.
platform among the platform.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay, thank you. Good point.
Yeah.
Thank you, Murilo. Luis, what about you?
Well, my main concern is about education. I think that we need to
The
talk
first one.
about, yes, it's about education because I think that we need to talk about. When I read this question, I've thought about a lot of things like two-factor authentication, like money, as Matheus said,
Mm-hmm.
and I've thought about open ports for me on my daily job. It's very important to check, but I think that the main concern is about education. We need to talk about and explain a lot to our family, to our job friends, job partners. I think we need to talk about it. and how important it was to check everything, to check emails, and that's it.
Education, it's a very important thing. We have one question. The question number 9 is about the security campaign in the companies. Because the company invests a lot of money, the user put their password on the table. It is worth the
Yes.
invest a lot of money, the users don't have education, the
Yes.
conscience.
Factor authentication helps a lot with this, but
Yep.
I think sometimes that social engineer it's a big problem.
Yeah.
Like the password on the table is an example, of course, yes.
And
I
the social
talked-
engineers are old strategy, and it's
Yes.
work in these days.
Yes, I talked about with my parents, of course, because we live near a bank place. I don't remember the name exactly, and it's easy to go there. And if you receive a call, for example, try to check, and that's it.
In a few minutes, they are on the bank and they make the transfer for another
Yes,
person.
it's a very
I
hard
got.
situation.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a very hard situation.
Yeah, good job, Luis. Thank you. Felipe, what about you?
I agree with what you all said. I think education is really important, right? And I also identify myself with my parents because they are really prone to receive a message on WhatsApp and click on it really quickly. So I've said, especially to my mother, oh, check the URL, see if it seems to be true, right? If it seems awkward or don't click on it, and that's it. I think I try to explain for them to not believe in everything that they see on the internet or advertisements that seems really good, right? And things like that. And the two-factor authentications, I always try to activate on the sites that I sign in, and that's it.
Yep. You said about the WhatsApp. I have a lot of blocked contacts in my WhatsApp because we have received a lot of message in our WhatsApp. I blocking the sometime. And in the WhatsApp and Instagram too. I know a lot of people that have had problems in their Instagram accounts. But it's topic about our next question. The question number 3. Mateus, have you ever been the target of a cyber attack? How can we avoid the pitfalls on the internet?
No, I've never been a target of a cyber attack. But I know some people in my family.
Your
that-
family?
Yes, that already has been hacked. And I think that
Social
it
media,
comes-
Mateus?
Yes. Mainly social media and some my I don't know the term. The father of my girlfriend,
Father-in-law.
father-in-law, already had some cloned credit cards. So
Wow.
yeah, and I think that it comes to some pitfalls that you guys already talked about, mainly social engineering and phishing. I think are the most commons that
The most common.
I've
Absolutely.
personally saw. And like you guys said, that there is we should have the concern of educate those
Mhm.
people, mainly the older people, and yeah, I think that's it. Mainly education and take care,
Yeah.
teach them to not click on suspect links,
Yeah.
teach them to activate the two-factor authentication,
Mhm.
teach them to create better, stronger passwords. I think that's it. But
Yeah.
me personally, never been targeted.
Yeah, but education for elderly people is more difficult.
Yes,
I needed to understand. We need to understand it because it's more
yes.
difficult for them. Okay, thank you, Matheus. João, have you ever been the target of a cyber attack?
Yes, I already received an email that the subject was my password, but it
Mm-hmm.
was the password of my, how can I say, my trash accounts that I just put that email and that password that I don't use for company mails, for LinkedIn, for Instagram, for Facebook, for example, for bank accounts. But that moment, I started to use a combination of my password with the site or the app I was using. So all my passwords nowadays are different
Mm-hmm.
from each other. I already been attacked, left my email opening on a computer, and I was victim of phishing that you search in the Google a website from a game, and the first result was Google AdWords of a clone site, and I put my credentials there.
Mm-hmm.
From that
Me too.
moment, I started to use two-factor authentication.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Be safe.
So do I. There's some case that them. Okay. Good job. Thank you. Murilo, have you ever been the target of a cyber attack?
Not yet, but I hope that it's never happened. Will happen. Yeah, I we avoid it without 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 verify the link or verify the emails, verify the
Mm-hmm.
information. It's true. Yeah. I always said for my moon, verify the information, verify the message
Mm-hmm.
on WhatsApp, for example, it's true. Or not, yeah, because a lot of fake news or fake messages, fake hackers, yeah, a lot of whatever, yeah. Verify the information. It's essential for avoid the hackers.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you, Murilo. Felipe, what about you? Have you ever been the target of a cyber attack?
I think I've been a target, but it was never succeeded. But there is a thing in the Outlook email that you can see the attempts that people try to access your account, and if
Mm-hmm.
you enter on it, at least in my email, I see attentives of people all around the world trying to, but they receive password is wrong, right? But so I think my password is secure because nobody has it. And even though they had the password, they also would have to have my cell phone. So because it's also with two factors authentication. So I think I've never been a successful target, right? But they try.
Yeah, it's a curious funny thing because Gmail, Hotmail has a log of the successful and the failed attempt of the logins. I've never saw before, but one time I was changing some config. I don't remember this moment, but I checked the logs of my login. I have a Hotmail account because I have some certificates on Microsoft, and I use the Hotmail uh, for login in Microsoft Portal. Wow, I scared because there were a lot of attempts of the login, failed login in another country like Russia, Ukraine, Poland. Wow. But I use the multi-factor authentication. It wasn't possible to log in my account. But Felipe said interest points. I recommend you check the login on your email because you are scared.
I'm seeing right now
Yeah.
Thailand, Pakistan, Tunisia, Vietnam, USA,
Vietnam.
China, Russia,
No,
Indonesia.
Russia, it's a normal.
It's a lot of countries.
If you
Right?
have
It's
10, 11
scary.
accounts, 10, 11 accounts has Russian there. Russia is normal. Nice. Luis, what about you? Have you ever been the target of a cyber attack?
Yes, and as a personal, we talk personal, it was a phishing. I already been receiving phishing emails, and I would like to share some other example that was not me as a target, but I already see in the WhatsApp group that that was a message like, "Oh, check your government benefit." And for me, it's
a typical
yeah,
fraud.
and I've thought that a lot of people click it there, I think, but that's it. But if I talk it as a professional, I already see some attacks, but the mainly it was a social engineering. There is some DDoS, SMP fluid attacks, but if you have for the companies, for example, that have a good appliance, this isn't a problem exactly. But social engineering, it's a big problem.
Big problem, dangerous problem.
Yes, not for companies, but if you talk about personal,
and
a
you
message
can't
like
control this.
yes, a simple message like, "Oh, check your government benefits." It's a social engineer, I think, that take the context that we are living and that's it.
Yes. Okay, thank you, Luis. Guys, let's jump to the question number 4. Let's get to question number 5. Mateus, do you often change your password? How can we remember so many X passwords?
I don't change so often my passwords. I think that this is maybe some point of vulnerability, and it's hard because it's a lot of sites and apps that
Yes.
we have an account. But today I think it's something interesting in the last 10 years. I think it's that we can log in most of the sites that have OAuth 2 authentication. We can log in with Google or Facebook or sometimes GitHub, and
It's
this
helped a
is
lot.
yes, because we have the linked account, and if some problem happens, we change the password of those sites, and not all the sites that are linked that uses the services to link. So I try to change my main email account, my main email password regularly. Uh, Regularly, I think that once once a month, uh,
Hmm.
but it's something that sometimes I don't remember to do. And uh, today I keep a lot of those passwords. I trust my browser to store them, and I trust my browser to generate passwords too. So don't create more. Uh, I don't create passwords anymore. Like to think in a password, I just generate a strong password with the tools from the browser and let the browser store them. Uh, uh, I don't know if this is the best practice, but I try to just trust the browser, and all those passwords that I stored in the browser are also uh, protected by a master password. So
Hmm.
this master password, it's the only password that I come up with. I created. The others are just generated.
Okay. This resource that Matheus said, with, for example, you have an account on iFood, and you can log in with your Gmail account. The name of this resource is B2B, B2B, B2B. It's a good point. Thank you, Matheus.
May,
Uh,
may I ask you, Matheus, a question, please?
Of course.
Go ahead.
Because I do not generate a password with the browser, because how could you access your accounts in another browser in another computer? How?
Oh, so I use Firefox, and Firefox has the Firefox Sync feature
Okay, you have
that
to log in.
I log in the browser in other device. So they keep synced, and that it kind of download all my data in the other device.
Okay, okay. Because I've never used this, so I was thinking, but it makes sense. Thanks.
Yep. I use this resource, but in Google Chrome. But Edge, I think all of
As I think
the browsers
all
has the
I think all
resource.
the modern browsers have some
Yes.
solution for this.
Absolutely. Yes.
It's important. Just one more point to add, to always
Hmm.
keep mainly in this case the browser updated, because it always uh, keep it always come with some vulnerabilities. So it's important to not ignore the update alert, and always
Hmm.
keep updated. Not just the browser, but any software
Yes.
that you use
Everything.
regularly, because uh, if you guys have already seen how hackers
Mm-hmm.
they work,
Yeah, they explore the
they
vulnerability.
explore software
Mhm.
vulnerabilities, and it's an important point to add.
Yes, good job, Matheus. Thank you. João, do you often change your password? How can we remember so many X passwords?
Um, I changed once all my passwords to follow a pattern I created, but this pattern nowadays have evolved, and now I have like symbols in uppercase, and not all my passwords have symbols in uppercase, so I have some passwords to change. But I remember because I created a rule, so I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember the password. I remember the rule, and then I can have different passwords following the same rule and be more.
Excellent technical.
It took a long time
Yeah.
to be with.
Congratulations, João. It's an excellent. Awesome. Good. Thank you, João. Murilo, what about you?
Depends of the site. Has site that I often change my password, and others not. But I try and annotate the password in my
Mhm.
note, cell note platform. Yeah, because are a lot of passwords in different platforms, and the platform is solicit
Mhm.
often or sometimes change your password, and I try repeat my password that I use in another platform, but have time is don't doesn't have how make this. Yeah.
Have you have you
I
have you ever have you ever tried to use the password application manager or no?
no
Like no?
no I don't know. I didn't know it's a good platform or no
Yeah, yeah, there is.
password
Yeah.
manager. Yeah.
Luis, do you use any managed passwords?
Very interesting. Create one app mobile for security passwords. Yeah. I don't
Yeah, we
know
have.
if it already exists nowadays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is.
What's
Mm-hmm.
name?
Uh, LastPass is for me. LastPass is the most famous. LastPass.
It's a good
Let's type
confirming you FaceTime
LastPass. But
for login site.
there is another. I forgot the name.
How do you say reconhecimento face to face?
Luis, do you use it
Yes,
Samuel or no?
yes, I use it. I use KeePass. It's just a password
KeyPass,
manager.
yes, KeyPass. KeyPass is a
KeePass.
good.
It helps me a lot.
Yeah, my
Murilo,
company use.
yes, Murilo says something important about a feature like facial recognition. It's very important. I don't know if there is a app with this feature, but it's a good idea, I
KeyPass.
think. Yes, I use KeePass because with one password, I I can hide all passwords, and I use one password
Mm-hmm.
that I know that I will never forget, strong password, personal strong password, and I generate passwords there, and okay, keep safe with the
With
login. I
multi-factor.
Yes, and
Mm-hmm.
I can make a backup of this file. It's
Mm-hmm.
a backup that only with my personal password I will access. And for me, it's a good option. It helps me a lot because there is a lot of passwords. We we are in a moment that we have a lot of password, not
Yeah,
just
it's impossible
personal.
to record
Yes,
everything.
yeah, we have a lot of more than one bank account, more than one login on website, whatever.
Look at them,
The
Murilo, after that, because I believe they can help you in this point. I think it's better than saving your cell phone in your notepad. I don't know.
Thanks for sharing this point. And I try repeat my password, but it has sites that can change it all the time.
yes,
Require the change, require not.
And
yes, and
I'm sorry, and they have a plugin for browsers can help you type on the websites.
Plugin, what's name this plugin?
Plugin on Chrome, plugin on they have plugin on browsers.
Ah, okay, plugins in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you guys. Felipe, what about you? Do you often change your password?
No, I do not often change my
Me neither.
passwords because it's a lot of passwords, and my main account is they have two-factor authentications. And
So do I.
if I receive an email that your account has been accessed, but they do not, I don't know, I've never received an email like this, right? They had accessed my account, but the two-factor authentication failed. So I assume that they never accessed at least my main accounts, like emails and bank accounts. So I do not change it. I know it's not the recommended, but it's a lot of accounts.
Yeah, if your most important account has a multi-factor and you didn't receive an alert about the fake login, the same case with me, Felipe.
Yes.
Luis, what about you?
what's the number? The question?
Number 5. Do you often change your password?
No, I don't. I don't often. As I said before, I use KeyPass and I generate there a very strong password. And that's it. I just use one personal password. Sometimes I change, but just if I need. But I think it's very hard to happen. It's
Yeah,
a rarely
so do I.
situation.
So do I. Thank you, guys. The next question, number 6. Mateus, do you use multi-factor authentication on your personal accounts? Social medias,
Yes.
Evernote, Office 365, Gmail?
Yes, as I said in the beginning, on every service that offers multi-factor authentication, I try to activate it. I think it's very important and can protect you a lot.
Okay, I have a multi-factor in my LinkedIn, until my LinkedIn. João, what about you? Do you use multi-factor authentication on your personal accounts?
Nowadays, I am not using multi-factor authentication, but I used to on the accounts that are directly related to my job. So I use on Gmail and Facebook when I was running Google Ads and Facebook Ads. And in a game account when this game was my main money earning platform for like 1 year, but nowadays I don't. You give me a very good idea to use on my LinkedIn. Very important for me now.
Yeah, it is. Murilo, what about you?
I use some access in my platform. For example, some banks. Banks, it's important. It's very important in using this. Is it? Yeah. It's another situations. I don't use only this.
Okay. Felipe, what about you? Do you use?
Yes, a lot. In everything that has the options, I activated this email, LinkedIn, everything that has right there. Yesterday I was searching in the Notion, but I couldn't find in the Notion. Everything I tried to activate.
Yeah, I use the Microsoft Authenticator. We have a lot of accounts there. Luis, what about you?
Well, I need to confess that I don't use too much two-factor authentication, just in main accounts like bank or my job accounts, for example. I don't use too much, but for example, I don't have two-factor authentication on LinkedIn. But if I log in other place, I receive an email to check if, yes, it's not exactly a two-factor or multi-factor authentication. And I have this with all my emails, but I don't have exactly two-factor authentication. I have for my bank accounts, of course, and my job accounts.
Social media, no?
No, I don't use this for social media.
Oh, you should.
Yes, I try.
Because
but
the attack can be on if you are sleeping. It's a big problem.
Yes, of course. I don't know if I have a more attractive social media, but of course.
Yeah, but
Yes.
me too. I agree with you, but
avoid some.
I believe you have connections on your social media. It can be a big problem.
There is a common scam. I think that when they got access to an account, they try to reach your friends or your parents, your people close to you.
This is the big problem.
Yes, to ask for things or to scam.
Yes.
Yeah, it really is.
Yes.
Because I don't like it so much about social media, but we have connection there. It can be a big problem, like said Mateus. We have more 8 minutes. Let's get to another.
May I ask another question about password manager?
Okay.
Because I do not use it, but maybe someone here that uses it can help me. If you use a password manager and you download Slack or Discord or Zoom on your computer, and you had generated a really strong password with more than 15 characters, how would you use your password managing in the Zoom? You can use it, or you can copy it in the browser and paste it in the Zoom that is downloaded on your desktop. Can you do it?
I'm sorry.
I think it's possible to copy from the password
manager. You can
copy.
Yes. Okay.
I don't know. I've
you access it. You access it on the browser, copy it, and paste it on the desktop.
I think that the password managers that Vinicius and Luis said, KeePass or LastPass, they are installed on the operational system, like in Windows, and you can unlock your passwords with your master password, and from there you can copy them from from the software to your browser. In my case, I use the password manager from the browser, direct from the browser, so the browser fills the fields for me. But when I need some, generally I try to log in with multi-factor authentication on these apps that are installed on the computer, like Discord. Discord opens my browser so I can log in the browser, and then the app gets signed in. I don't know if you can add more to it, Luis and Vinicius.
But if you are in a public computer, how would you do? Like, if you said that you sync with the browser, right? But
No,
if
no. In this case, my first attitude would be not to not log in and to find another way, log in my cell phone. I rarely log
yes,
in
it's
public
really rare,
computers.
right?
I think it's very dangerous, public computers and networks. But if I really need, I can just I my passwords I don't generate with, like you said, 50 characters. It's shorter than that, so I can
Yeah,
just
you
look
need
at
to.
them. I unlock them in my cell phone, and I look at the cell phone, and I keep putting the password in the keyboard. But I rarely do this. I think it's kind of dangerous.
Nowadays, it's impossible. I use the public computers. It's
Yes,
impossible.
for me, it's
Never.
the same.
Yes,
I don't
yes,
remember
for
the
me too.
situation that I
I used it before, but nowadays, no, it's impossible.
yes, even if it was a very urgent situation, I can download my KeyPass file, and just me will unlock with the masterpiece, but there is no situation for me yet. It's very hard. You need to take care a lot with the token for the multi-factor
Yes.
authentication. We need to avoid any kind of loss with this token, but it's better with token than without.
I sent on the chat a short video on YouTube. I showed in our meeting long time ago. It has 4 minutes. Copy and the watch after this class. how 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 is easy the hacker get your data when you log in a public Wi-Fi. It's a good video. I recommend you watch it. We lost. Wow, we lost João. João lost your connection. Guys, we have more 3 minutes. The last question. A big threat is on the internet, on cybersecurity attack, is a data loss. Mateus, do you backup your personal files? If so, on which platform?
My personal files.
Your
I think
picture,
that
your documents?
I don't have nowadays. I don't have any
Mm-hmm.
pictures in my computer, and when I think that I have some documents stored. I trust in Google Drive to protect them. And I think that the most personal thing that I keep in my computer, that
Mm-hmm.
it's my journal. I think that there is a lot of personal things there. I think a lot of
Mm-hmm.
things I write. All my routine is there, my habits. And to sync this, particularly this, I use a software called Obsidian. It's like Evernote, but it's an open source software.
Mhm.
And
I know
I
it.
I I use a plugin that sync the data from my Obsidian with Git. So I have
Mhm.
a GitHub private
GitHub.
repository. Yes, private repository that I sync there my notes in my personal journal. But other files, I don't think they are much.
Mhm.
It would not be a great loss if they are compromised, but I keep them in Google Drive.
Okay. Good Drive is an excellent platform. Murilo, what about you? Do you backup your personal files?
Yeah, as I do the same, Mateus, I put my some projects in Google Drive or some informations that I think it's important. Yeah, and when I develop a personal project, I put in GitHub,
GitHub. Mhm.
and I put private access for when another situation I use the public access. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I use some tools for put my information on how to Notion when I don't don't have never informations vulnerables. Yeah,
Mhm.
information more simples. Yeah, whatever. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Felipe, what about you?
Yeah, I use it to use Google Drive
Mhm.
for backup all my stuff. When I say always, almost all really, because it had almost 1 terabyte of data there. But it was because my college provided unlimited space on Google Drive. But
Mhm.
it's over. They do not provide it
Wow.
anymore, so I had to erase everything from there. It was really sad, and now I do not. I only have 15
Mhm.
gigabytes, so it's only the most important things that I put there.
Mhm.
Unless, other than that, I do not have backup, right?
Okay,
Unfortunately.
thank you, Felipe. Luis?
Well, I use Google Drive too. The most part of the things that I put there is family photos, family pictures, because for me it's important to have these
Yeah,
there, and I save these pictures there and in one external hard drive.
I drive.
I
Mhm.
use these two places because if even I
Yeah,
lost one of
I
them,
totally agree. I totally agree with you.
yes, but not. This is the most important information
Mhm.
for me. I use Notion too, but if I lost Notion, there is no. I can build everything again, and that's it.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. I'm sorry for the time because it's 10:02. I hope you come back the next week. I sent on the chat the survey. It's important your opinion. Thank you, Mateus, Felipe, Luis, Murilo. Good night. Have a nice week. I hope see you again.
Good night.
Thank you, Murilo. Bye bye, guys. See you.
Great.